Welcome to Just Reviews with Brianna
and Sakina.
where we will have conversations that mothers and daughters typically do not have.
This was not always easy, believe me. It took a lot of love, self-healing, and growth for us to get to where we are today.
Welcome back to Just Reviews. I know it's been a minute. Today we have two special guests. We have Brian and we have Corey. And today we will be discussing
how do you deal with emotions when you're taught not to have any? Because as young boys and as men, you're taught to not cry and to not show emotions. So how do you deal with emotions now as grown men?
I feel like it kind of depends on the situation, like on how you gonna deal with it. Some situations you might crash out, and in some situations you might just go smoke and forget about it.
What you mean crash out? What's crash out?
I'm about to ask. What do you mean crash out? You go somewhere what are you doing? Going to sleep?
Like I give you a perfect example. Like me, I'm a Cancer, so it's either all or nothing. Like it's either you're gonna get, I'm just gonna let it go, or I'm gonna take it all the way where you need to go at. I don't know how to explain it even better than it's no between. It's either you get nothing or everything.
So you go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Real quick. Okay.
I mean, it depends on the situation though.
So do you feel like you deal with that? Is that healthy, or is it kind of borderline toxic?
Nah, it's just I wouldn't say toxic because it's different situations.
How do you deal with your emotions?
And is it in a healthy way you feel?
Do you hold it in?
I'm about to say sometimes you just don't. Or like Corey said, you smoke or something.
But when you're done smoking, the high go down, do you start thinking about it
You go
again?
to sleep.
But then you don't forget about whatever was an issue.
So do you get high again when you start thinking about it?
Yeah.
So you just keep getting high and sleeping.
Yeah.
You sleep it away.
Until you don't feel it no more?
Yeah, I guess.
Eventually
it'll go away.
Do you crash out too?
Nah.
What is
but it depends. Not really depends, but I could say more every situation calls for a different form of coping with that situation. I could say nowadays I don't really I just go smoke. I'll just go smoke and then he said forget about it. But I don't like to hold on to stuff so I don't mind just brushing it off.
What if it's not something you could just brush off?
Yeah, like the end of a relationship. Say you with somebody and you love them, and then there becomes an end to the relationship for whatever reason. See, for women, that's and I know guys too. For us, for me, a lot of relationships in the past, if they ended, you cry. We cry. Some people listen to music and just cry and feel whatever they feeling. So when you guys experience heartbreak or anything like that, how do you deal with it? Do you ever shed tears by yourself? Or because people make it seem like as men you're not supposed to shed tears. I believe shedding tears is releasing and it's healthy. But you can't be outside just fucking boo-hoo crying for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay when you home in your safe space and you dealing with those emotions, because I believe you have to let it out. I know for me, holding that shit in is worse. When I cry, I release, and that's my way of letting it go. So a lot of times when people don't cry, it's like you holding that shit in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do y'all deal with those type of situations?
Shoot, sometimes you gotta cry, but
Are you
Fine.
crying when you get high?
Nah. It's different. But sometimes you gotta cry, but just find something that you like to do. Keep you distracted or something.
Okay, to occupy your mind and your time. How about you, Corey?
I mean, I be on super damage control. That's all I be worried about. Like when I'm going through something like that, damage control. Like
And what is damage control?
whatever it takes. That's it.
Take to what?
What,
To
fix
fix
it?
it?
Yeah, like whatever it takes. It don't even matter about dealing with it. Like however I feel about what happened already. Like I'm on damage control. Like
Okay, so you the fixer in a relationship.
yeah,
like you
that's
always
it.
want to fix it.
That's all
And
I
what if
matter.
she like, no? You gonna keep trying to fix it?
It ain't never a no until it's another nigga. That's it. Boom. It
That's all you
never that's it. And even then, you better come with everything. Because if I listen, if I get my foot back in the door, it's it. It ain't gonna matter. But 9 times out of 10, like I'm just gonna fix it. It's gonna be fixed way before I get there.
I mean, hold up though, because that's not answering the question.
It is. I'm
After
gonna
the
fix
fact,
it.
You said you gonna fix it, but what if you can't fix it?
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to get at, but he talking about he
What you
gonna
gonna do
fix it
after
till he
you
can't.
It ain't none of that. Like I ain't trying to hear none of that.
But
I
what
ain't trying to hear
if
none
you
of
can't
that.
fix it though?
What you mean you can't fix it?
Like, yeah, like they said no.
Like they good.
Yeah, like you can't. You've had relationships in the past, right?
Yeah.
So you still doing damage control on them relationships?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, like you know what I'm saying. You move on, but like while I'm trying to fix it, like you know what I'm saying. Like while I'm invested in fixing it, and there's an actual chance of fixing it, like
Okay, what if there's no chance? Now you stuck with.
I just gotta keep pushing them.
Okay, but how do you deal with the loss?
If I can't fix it, ain't no emotions, ain't no loss. Like, it's just like but that's if I can't fix it. That's if I can't fix it. Like honestly, that's just me personally.
So why you do damage control?
Listen, damage control is
Wait, hold up though, cause if you can't fix it, you don't care. But you do damage
listen.
control.
You do damage control until you don't care.
But what if it's no off the bat though? There ain't no damage control.
3-day rule.
What's that?
Listen, going in a relationship and going out of a relationship is a 3-day rule.
Okay, this is
Unexplained.
my first
I'm
time hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but that's my thing. Though.
Okay, well I'm interested.
But tell the world your 3-day rule.
No, I can't.
Well,
Just now it's a 3-day rule.
What's the
3-day rule, right? In 3 days, all I'm saying, in 3 days, I know exactly how I'm gonna deal with you going into a relationship, and I know how I'm gonna deal with you going out of a relationship.
So you know that the exit plan from the beginning.
Yeah, in the end. But I mean, emotionally, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It don't take men long to know what they want, like, for real. Like, in a sense, like, emotionally, like, I can say, like, it might take them a day or two, like, just to figure you out, like when you really care about somebody, like, it's not gonna be a 3-day rule type of situation. But in a normal, like, dating world, like.
So on day one, how does that look? Because it's 3 days. So day one looks like something, day two looks like something else, and day three is looking different.
All right, let's just say
let's just
say
trial, pre-trial.
Let's just say this: if the 3-day rule was 3 weeks, right? Day one would be the first week, right? So you're the first
3
week.
weeks.
3 days.
But listen, I'm trying to explain it.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm trying to explain it
Okay.
in a longer term, like, so it makes more sense. Like, so the first week, like, it's just general conversation. Where you from? How's, you know what I'm saying? How's work? You doing all the general conversation. Then by the second week, I already know, like, all right, I want to deal with you on this level or that level. So next thing you know, the next week, whatever term it is, but the next step is just like, okay, then you're going to really getting to know somebody. Like, you want to learn about them. You know what I'm saying? Make a connection with them, and then the third week, right on my third day, then I'm making my decision. I know, all right, I'm either going, I'm gonna deal with you long term, short term, or whatever I didn't came up with, and I in that little scenario or situation, and then in the grand scheme of things, that's the best way I can explain it. But it
Okay.
don't always work out like that. Like every situation is different. Like you might it might take a little longer, or it might. I mean, you might have a little hiccup here and there, and some minor setbacks. You control your outcome, honestly.
You can control your own outcome, but you can't control the other person. So then back to like the previous question, like how do you deal with it? Like if it's over, because that's the 3 days or 3 weeks in the beginning of the relationship. So let's say you in a relationship with somebody and you done develop feelings like y'all been in this thing for a minute, like you in love. And something happens where the relationship is ending. How do you deal with that?
So you got
And
crash
then
out.
yeah, and then
Nah, yo, listen, right? I ain't gonna lie, like, nah. Crash out is like the
Crash out.
ultimate.
It's been how long?
Like, so you said
It don't matter
it
how long.
doesn't
It's
matter
how
because
invested.
people,
It does.
yeah.
It does. For
No,
real.
because
No,
some
it
people
The time.
Because
some people
if-
fall for people a lot quicker than other people.
But even still, though, like, if I just fall in love with you, know what I'm saying, I might not be inclined to crash out.
No, you in love. You vested. Like
I feel like the more time you spend with
yeah,
somebody,
like
the
you
more
done
invested
spit.
you want.
Yeah, like you invested
But like how
in
long
this
you just said?
relationship.
Like 6 weeks, 6 months. Like, what you said?
Okay, I don't know because everybody.
All right, 6 months or a
relationship-
year. How about that? Let's just say 6
Let's
months or a
say,
year.
let's say, I don't know what is the longest relationship you've been in, because then that's when I can say how long.
Like
Probably like,
like
2 years.
Yeah,
Okay, I was about to say 2 years, but I wasn't sure. So when this 2 year relationship comes to an end for whatever reason,
It depends on the girl. I ain't gonna lie to you either.
Depends though.
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. She messed up.
You want to be
mess
with her.
up.
You want to be with her.
Yeah.
She don't want to be with you.
Hey, sometimes you gotta let them
Sometimes
go.
you just gotta keep
Gotta
pushing
let it
though.
go.
You gonna do damage control?
Throw that shit on and go out. You feel me? For real. Put that shit on and
But what happens when you come back in the
good.
house?
Your best smell good. When I come back in the house, I'm gonna have something else. Maybe a couple of something else's. You feel
Okay,
me?
but
Like,
when I'm something else's leave, then what? You gonna get something else?
Yeah.
it's a process of elimination. You remove chairs from your table. You know what I'm saying?
So-
But somebody can always take another seat until I determine who's gonna be the last seat at the table. If I can't do nothing else, then I'm outside. That's it. If I can't do nothing else, the relationship over, and I can't come back from it.
So you don't deal with emotions
No, you don't.
like
I don't.
Okay, so you
there's no
just-
need to
You
because
just
I know me.
replace it.
Like
Okay.
me personally, I sit in it. And I make myself feel all depressed, and I just sit in it, and I won't. It'd be hard to come out of it. So
okay, this is the emotion part where you get depressed. So in order for you not to feel depressed, you go back outside and entertain other people.
I like to get lit. Like I'll
Would you
go
say you
party.
gonna bring something else back home?
Nah, not every time you go out, you gonna grab something.
How do you deal with it,
Yeah,
Brian?
Let it go.
You gonna buy?
Like I said, sometimes you gotta shed a tear, but
Do you guys feel like you gotta get under something to get over somebody?
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
You go to the gym, all that good stuff. You distract yourself so you don't really gotta feel it or go through the emotion.
I like that. That's a better.
Sometimes you can know something is the right thing to do, but you may not do it because your pride, your ego. You may mess up. You may have to apologize. You may not do that. It's your pride, your ego. Those are a lot of things that
So
get in the way.
So has pride ever kept you from like apologizing to someone?
Of
Or,
course. Especially they did something to me. Yeah, nah.
Pride keep you from being a bigger person a lot of the time too,
Right.
or like asking for help. Like pride to keep you from pride to just keep you from the difference between doing good and doing bad. It just be your pride. Like
So when you get to the point like, okay, I must follow my pride, is it something you got like pep talk yourself to do?
of course,
Yeah. It's
of
like
course.
that mental person. You just talking to that person inside your head, whatever. That conversation that you gotta have with yourself.
9 times out of 10, I didn't probably either called and hung up 1,000 times before I really called you and asked you for help, or I didn't type the text message more than 100 times and deleted it, trying to figure out what I want to say to ask for help, or like you get what I'm saying, or like just to reach out, like pride to keep you from reaching out when you need to reach out to people. Like,
Do you guys feel like it's okay to be vulnerable?
Nah.
Why?
Yeah, but no. What is there to talk about?
well, vulnerable is just like being open. Like, you know, it's being open.
Yeah. But I
Like to a
don't
certain
think
extent?
I don't think it worked. You know, I don't think it gets you nowhere.
But being vulnerable.
Like talking.
Yeah. I don't think it gets you nowhere.
Do you feel like it's okay to be vulnerable?
I mean, as long as it's a safe space for me, honestly, I don't mind. I'm pretty much like I'm a people person, so like I don't mind connecting with people and talking to people about my personal feelings. That's not an issue for me. But as long as it's a safe space, then
Well,
cool with me.
that's good because you can't be vulnerable with everybody. It has to
Right.
be a safe space because people will take advantage of that, and a lot of times people use that against you. So it has to be a safe space for like people you can trust that's gonna respect you and hold your heart and your feelings always in consideration.
You guys feel like your pride and ego may hold you back at times?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, definitely as a man.
Why?
You're probably always gonna play a big factor in holding you back as a man. Always. No matter if you're the good guy, the bad guy, you know what I'm saying? The guy just making it. Like you're probably always gonna play a big part in every decision that you make as a man. It's a lot of ruined men in life that would have been alright in the long run if they just put their pride to the side.
That makes sense.
All different type of people. Like they look rich, they look poor, they look black, white, brown, red. They look all different types of ways. But in some way, shape, or form, pride didn't let them down in some way.
Do men have intuition and do you guys follow it?
Niggas got a spidey sense, but like it's a nigga sense though. Like you feel me? Like that nigga sense everything. Like I know when it's another nigga there. Like I know when shit off. Like it's just a nigga sense. Like it's like
That's
like
what it's
spidey
called?
sense. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what it's called.
yeah, that's what I call it. Like the closest thing to spidey sense. Like you know what I'm saying? You know Spider Man. Yo, right before some shit about to happen, Spidey sense. Like that nigga be on it. Like you feel me? Next thing you know the bridge about to collapse and shit. Like and he there. You know what I'm saying? But like.
Yeah, that's how you be popping up. Like
What?
when you know another dude.
That, not even
sense.
just pop up. Like, not even another dude or nothing. But just in general, like when something about to go wrong, like you just get that little feeling like, I mean, right.
So you follow it?
Sometimes, most of the time, it depends. Sometimes you don't know whether to follow it or not. That's hard. You want to fuck around and find out, or like, or you just want to stay in your safe space for a little minute. Like that's just it. Like, it really come down to do or don't.
You may not follow it sometimes
Because what, you think you tripping?
You do what you want to do. That's like listening to your parents. You don't always listen to them, but you gonna do what you want to do.
Always gonna take it into consideration. Though.
Right. You gonna think about it, but you gonna do what you want to do.
Has there been times that you guys have had an intuition about something and
Yup.
didn't follow it and kind of felt like you should have?
Plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a time where you followed that intuition and it led you to what you suspected or more?
Listen.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I didn't succeed. I done highly succeeded on following my nigga sense. And I done highly crashed and burned following my nigga sense. So like it's really 50-50. It's like gambling for real. Like you always rolling the dice when you
Okay, so
follow your
basically, if you
intuition.
follow your intuition, 9 times out of 10, your intuition leads you to what you knew it
all
was
along. You know
all
what I'm saying?
along. So you choose not to follow your intuition
But
because you
sometimes-
don't want to crash and burn.
But sometimes you get lucky following your intuition. And you be like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, it'd be okay. But it's like I said, it's not all the time that you follow your intuition. You gonna get the negative outcome.
No, a lot of times intuition can lead you to a very good outcome. It doesn't always have to be bad.
I'm always trying to see my cup from a half full, not a half empty perspective.
Is it hard to be a good guy when it comes to relationships?
Yeah. Especially with the agenda that the good guy never win. So,
Well, you're a good guy. I believe you're a great guy. Because I
We don't know what he do behind closed
No,
doors.
I'm not. But listen, I'm talking about Brian. He doesn't bring everybody. He hasn't brought many people home. So if he brought, if he brought somebody home, I know that he has some kind of feelings about this person.
What they gotta do with him being a good guy?
He has chivalry. Like that's not dead with him.
is it
Like,
hard being a good woman?
In this generation,
Well,
'Cause these people like to
on
play
both
with you.
sides.
But at the same time, right? I feel like that one time that you feel me, that you get on shorty, you don't become the good guy. It's like, damn, you look back and like,
so you shouldn't have
that
been.
one time, you wasted all your good guys, all your good cards on the wrong bet.
so was that a yes or no?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it is hard.
It
Like
definitely
you said.
is. 9 times out of 10, the good guys never win, like he said.
So do it make y'all want to be bad guys? Like,
Or what about y'all being a
You
good
don't
guy?
get-
We always
you don't get
got-
rewarded for being a good guy.
But what if you're being the good guy to the wrong girl?
people, yeah. Like, I'm a good woman.
Yeah.
I deserve a good guy, but I don't get the good guys.
Shoot,
Yeah,
you be
at
a
some
bad guy for the
point-
right girl.
Huh? You said be the bad guy for the right girl.
Yeah.
So that's how you feel. You want to be the bad guy now?
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to understand.
I feel like it's never a good guy, bad guy, because like the men are always changing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's all part of somebody's perception, how they see you and stuff.
you give a man a minute to adjust, no matter good or bad. You give a man a minute to adjust, he gonna get right. That's just it.
So are y'all good guys to everybody, or
You pick and choose.
like how you know like I'm gonna be a good guy to her, or I'm gonna dog her out?
But
Like how you know? Like how you know?
you definitely pick and choose based off of the ones you
You
like.
never,
and you
but
don't.
listen, right? Shit just be happening. You never really know, like that. How do you know, like who you wanna be serious with, who you gonna, you know what I'm saying? But like,
So do y'all say that, or y'all just dog her out?
Do y'all say that?
What? I'm not gonna be the good girl to you. I'm not gonna be the good girl to you, nigga. Like you don't deserve
But
my
y'all,
goodness.
y'all be doing the same thing.
I feel like I
I
come
get tired
in,
of treated.
I feel like I come in as a good girl. Like if I want to be with you, like I feel like I'm very avoidant. So like if I don't want to be with you, you're gonna know I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you like that. Like I feel like I'm very like straightforward. So if I want to just be a fling, I'm gonna let you know. But if I want to take you serious, I'm gonna be a good girl. Like if I decide to stay and there's no change, you either gonna get two versions of me. Like I'm either gonna leave or I'm gonna stay, and we finna play a good game. I'm gonna show you who ball better. So that's just me.
ball game shit, like you like that.
That's just me. But I'm a
That's how
good
you
girl.
feel.
What do you mean?
You gonna play ball? Listen, I feel like this, right? Right? We talking. Since we talking, right? I feel like this, right? But like you see, that's that tit for tat shit. Like
That is.
It is. That's why I said you either
like,
get two
like you
versions of me.
see, it's hard to be a good nigga because y'all petty as hell. Like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
it. That's it. That's it right there. That's it.
Because why would you?
Y'all, it's hard
why,
to be a good
but why
nigga
would
because
you?
y'all petty as hell.
Why would y'all? Why would you do me?
Listen.
Why would you do me like
Listen.
that and expect me to just sit there?
It don't even
and
matter
just
about
forgive
doing you right there. It be the small shit. It be small shit, right? Soon as y'all don't get your way, there's not even that. That's just saying general broad spectrum. Right? Just general broad spectrum, right? 9 times out of 10, when women don't get their way the first time when they in that after that little talking stage and y'all get a little comfortable with each other, like 9 times out of 10, like they act funny. But like 9 times out of 10, to being a good nigga get you, you know what I'm saying, in a bad spot.
Well, that's because most of the times you meet the representative, right? People will act a certain way to get what they want, and then when they get it, dirty. You know what I'm saying? The other fucking side will come out. You're like,
But who don't do
But
that though?
I don't feel like I have like a representative. Like,
I don't
feel
either.
like this is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
Do something to me, then that's when you reap the repercussions of what you did.
Right.
I don't feel like I changed. You just ain't see that part of me.
Okay,
Right.
well,
So that you can say the same thing about a man. They don't change. You just don't see that part of them until you see that part of them. But like,
when I was younger, I did that tit for tat shit. Like I was the good girl. You know what I'm saying? And then like my first like real relationship, it was a lot of like that tit for tat shit. Oh, he did something. Oh, I'm gonna do it too.
Why? Because you wanted to stay with him. But
yeah, but then now when I look at it, all that shit is just toxic and it was a waste of fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So now I just if there's some behaviors and stuff I don't like, we gonna talk about it. And if I don't see no change, then I'm out. I'm not doing that tit for tat stuff. But in my younger days, I had the time where I felt like fuck being a good girl because this shit get you cheated on. So then I started just not taking like people seriously, and I was just like dating different people and just hanging out. Like I didn't want to be in a relationship for a while. But I didn't allow anybody to change me from being a good person. I still was good to people, but at some point you gotta realize like the tit for tat ain't worth it. Because if you're a good person and somebody mistreats you and mishandles you and you walk away from that shit, that person gonna be stuck for a very fucking long time. They'll make up lies and try to make you the villain in their story because don't nobody like this to feel like, oh, I fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to look at somebody that they know was a good person and they dogged that person out, mistreated them, and they fucked that relationship up. So when they tell their side of the story, it's bullshit. Because they can't handle like, oh, I really just mishandled the good person and this good person really don't want to be with me no more. That hurts people more than just that tit for tat because now it's competition and it's a lot of pettiness, you know, and now who gonna outdo who with the pettiness? And it just causes more hurt and more damage. So it's like I've learned to not stop being the good person because of fucked up people, because the way my life has been, I've impacted people I know, you know. And when I'm no longer in their life, people will contact me. Yeah, but don't let anybody make you change from being a good guy. You just gotta know who deserves.
But how
to
do you
be,
know who
because
deserves it?
people show you shit. People show you shit. They show you who they fucking are. And we just don't want to believe it. We want to allow people second and third chances to prove they, oh, I changed. I'm sorry. I'm going to do better. Boom, motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying? No, dead ass serious.
So you feel like you should leave them the first time?
Well, he has a 3-day rule. I have a 3-time rule. I'm going to tell you.
This ain't no 3 times strike out.
But I'm just saying that's how I've been in my life. I'll say something once. I'll say something twice. By the third time, I'm not speaking no more. Now I'm done.
If a good guy made a bad decision, right? Does that make him a good guy? I mean, does that make him a bad guy?
No,
If
it
he
doesn't.
changes, if he change it around.
yeah.
But if he continue to do bad stuff, then he's a
Then
bad
that
guy.
is just
take it
who
for what it
you
is.
are.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I say, for me, it's 3. Like, the first time we're going to talk about this, I'm going to tell you what I don't like. If you don't change it, then hey, you do it again. I'm going to say something again. If I don't see no changes by the third time, I'm out.
I
Because,
feel like that's too much.
well, you have sometimes people don't know better. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're getting to learn you and know you, they have to know that sometimes they can't do you how they did somebody else.
And they gotta be loved, and it's not always gonna be easy. It's not always gonna come overnight either.
It's not, because you're learning each other. People have different ways they grew up, different examples in their life what love look like. A lot of people really, we don't know what the fuck love look like. We don't know what healthy relationships look like. A lot of us didn't grow up in 2-family homes, seeing our mother loved on by our father, and the father handling the family with care and stuff like that. So a lot of times we out here searching and looking for love on our own, and we get in these relationships and we get these feelings and we're going with it, but we're learning as we go a lot of times in our relationships. So I believe that you have to allow somebody to at least show you, like, hey, if they want to change.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't hold that against them while they're trying to show you change.
But with your 3-time rule,
well, I guess it's 2. By the third time, I'm out.
So are they doing the same thing that you already spoke to them about?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. With your father.
Mm-hmm.
When he came home, I told him, okay, I know you was gone. We were separated. You probably did things when you was over there. Leave that shit over there. When you come home, don't bring that shit here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now he come home now. He's getting numbers.
That's strike 2.
I didn't look through his
that was
stuff.
strike 1.
I said that. Okay.
Strike 1.
So now it's like, now you coming home, and when I'm about to do laundry, I'm pulling phone numbers and shit out your pockets and stuff. That's just, you're married. Why are you taking females' numbers and shit like you single? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't look through his stuff. So then I'm like, okay, if you don't cut this out, like, I'm out. We go to the tax place. He come home. We go there as a couple, husband and wife. He went back later to do his taxes on his own. Came home with the woman number that we just sat with as husband and wife.
3.
Yeah. So now, what am I talking for? I'm not yelling at you. I'm not arguing. I'm not fighting. I'm not doing none of that. I'm out. And then when I was out, it was like, it didn't make sense to him.
Yeah, because when you stay, they think like, because you gave him 3 chances, so he like, oh, she ain't going nowhere.
Oh, well, that's
but where I'm at today, like, as I say, 3 is too much. Like, if I speak to you about one thing and you go do it again, you clearly saying F me. So I'm good.
Well, yeah, you could look at it like that.
3 is too many. You think I'm not going nowhere.
That was bad.
Now you put me in a group chat like, oh, I did this is just stupid. She's still there. Like, no.
No, that was when I was younger. That was definitely, but I'll say I still do give a lot of people more grace than they probably deserve. You know, I
did that for a long time.
But people don't take me seriously because I don't argue and I don't yell and I'm not fighting you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna talk to you. We grown, right? So we gonna have a conversation. Yo, I don't like this. If you don't stop this, this is what's gonna happen. And not just with like personal like relationships that I've been in with like an intimate relationship. It's been other kind of relationships
I had all around.
Yeah, all around, because people are just people. So they say when people show you who they are, believe them. A lot of times we like, oh, we're going to give them a chance. Oh, they got good qualities. Oh, they not a bad person. Oh, and they keep doing fucked up shit. Like, this person is just a fucked up person. And like you said, that's how I take it. You saying fuck me. Because you're not considering how you're making me feel. If I'm telling you I don't like this and this bothers me and it makes me feel some type of way,
and you go do it
again, that to me is a straight up fuck you. because you don't love me. You don't care about me enough to think about how you making me feel. I said I don't like it, and you do it again.
I said I don't like it.
Yeah, like
Question. So with y'all, do y'all like give 3 chances? Like you leave the first time? How y'all
I
operate?
feel like I don't know. It
I
depends
feel like
on
it
the person.
depends how much I like the person.
well, if you
Me,
love the person, how many times you giving this person to fuck up?
Till I get tired.
How much is tired? Like, what it keep you from not being tired?
That person, that's it. That's the. I don't know how to explain it. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Because like
maybe
we
it's like
just
what
go-
you holding on to, like
that too.
like the future and stuff. The habits that you believe that they won't be and stuff like that. It's the stuff that you hold on to.
Let me tell you something. That shit is what you call potential. You see some shit in some people, dead ass serious, because I done been there. You see some shit in people, the potential of what you think that they gonna be,
And they give me this.
and they do. And then when you finally done now, and all that shit, that good shit you saw in the now, because you done told them about that many times, now they go be that for somebody else. Potential stuff. A lot of times, from my experience and what I learned in life, like a lot of times you waste your time because people will show you who they are, and we want to see the good, and we want to see that hopefully they'll change. But the actions always speak louder than words. So somebody could tell me any goddamn thing all day long, but if their actions ain't adding up, then I don't believe you.
I agree.
Because I done wasted a lot of time on potential. Oh, I see this person gonna be like this. Or, oh, he's a good person. And then later,
They not.
and then when I don't want to be with them no more, they're like, hey, look at me. I'm doing this now. You ain't do it when I needed you to. It don't matter no more.
So how do you guys know if you'll take somebody serious versus a fling? Like, is it off rip? Like,
I wouldn't say if it's off rip because how can you know I rip? But you know, like I said, you know, you got to stick to your little rule.
your 3-day rule?
Yeah, but 3-day rule isn't always a 3-day rule, like I said. So.
Yeah, that's like my 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you stick, like I say, as long as you sticking to what's gonna keep you true to you, what's gonna make you not lose yourself in a situation, then you could. You're gonna stick to these niggas.
How much you like them or how much you know them.
So how long you gotta know? So how long you gotta know it? Like,
I don't know, because some females be putting on a show. So you can't ever say a week. For like a good couple months. Just, hanging out with them and stuff. You know. Bree, you got tricked before?
Tricked?
Mm-hmm.
As in what?
Someone act like they was something else and then you find out they was something else.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I did. If you marry a person, have a child by a person, or move in with a person, it really shows a person's true colors. And
That's something, right? Like, why people can't just be who they are all the time? Like, don't get me in a situation
'Cause they
where
want
you first.
now you almost feel a little
They gotta
stuck and
get you
obligated a
first.
little bit.
It's a
You know
trick.
what I'm saying? Like, that's fucked up. Y'all stop doing that shit out there for real. Like, that's fucked up. Like,
They need to do to get you where they need you at.
and then they switch up.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, I saw something on TikTok and it was saying, don't quote me, but like it was saying something like y'all post so much on social media, like a person could be what you like posting, like, oh, I like this, I like that, could be what you posting and come to you as that, when that's not really who they are. Because they see like, oh, you like chivalry, so I'm gonna go out and hold your door and stuff. Then they get you and now they ain't holding nothing.
They don't do it all that. They do
But
the
that was
chivalry.
just an example. Like they see like, oh, she like a chivalrous man,
Also, they
portray as a chivalrous man, so they get you where they need you. Now they knocking your
See,
head
that's
to
the
the
thing
drive.
with the internet. I don't want to date nobody I met online. For real, because that's the ultimate trickster right there. Like,
But even if you meet the right person,
some people seem to have some great experiences, I guess.
Cause
I was about to say, so where
Well,
you
he
meet your people
he
at?
tricked you, right?
Well, I met
The
them
bank?
out. Yeah, I did. No lie, like, cause I didn't really go anywhere. So,
But you, right?
Yeah, he did.
Cause he thought he was a nice man. He buy you flowers, come by.
Yeah, and then he got all
Don't start saying
loco.
names.
Yeah.
Y'all said his name so many
She was
times.
She was cutting it
I've
out.
been cutting it out, but no. For
Yeah,
real.
no, but I've had situations where someone came one way, and then it was almost like he was checking off little boxes.
See, they be,
You know,
they know
because
what
I'm
to.
like, okay, he has his own place.
But that shows he know what to do.
Yeah, he had his own place. He had his own vehicle. He had a job. So I'm like, okay.
That's
So
too
that
much
shows
work, though.
that shows he's responsible and he don't have no problem paying bills and stuff. This is what I was thinking back
to
then,
trick
right?
you.
And then when he started fucking getting crazy and stalking me, he just everything. He lost everything.
But that's how it was. She came. When I got with her, she had a job. She went to school. Got with me. She was a bum. They didn't go to school. Didn't have a job. Couldn't keep a job.
I guess some people like they lose themselves in a relationship, or I don't know. But
So have y'all had somebody come to you, like as a representative, and switch up on you?
Of course.
Y'all story?
No, but
Yeah, but
I don't got no stories.
Did somebody come to you as like one thing and turn to be like?
A vague answer, yes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say on right here.
yeah, some people come nice,
Yo.
start being mean.
social media a lot that
Yeah.
that did this because people are out here on social media. A lot of people are not even being them true selves, right? So you can perpetrate and be whoever you want online. Boys, now men or whatever, and they're all messed up because I strongly feel and believe like a woman can't raise a man. Like I can't raise a man. I'm not a man. I don't know and understand what it is to be a man and everything that, especially a black man and everything that black men have to go through in their lives and stuff like that. But you can't, you need the help of men.
Mhm.
And that's what a lot of the young men out here are missing. Where's the stand-up men at?
Yeah, where's
Where's a community of men that want to come together and help these young men navigate through emotions and help them understand what it is to be a stand-up man, and why can't people still be chivalrous? You know, like for a long time, it took me a long time to get used to having my car doors open and doors open for me and bags carried in the house from the grocery store because I was used to doing all that by myself. And then she's like, yo, I got it. Then at one point, I'm just walking in the house and let him, do the man thing. But that's missing out there. So this is what creates all of these princesses. You have young boys that grow up into men that's been raised in a house full of women with a bunch of emotions that they don't even know how. Yeah, feminine energy that they don't really even have control over themselves. So now these men are operating off of feminine energy. They want to argue and they want to be manipulative and they want to be princesses, and that's because everything is fucked up. Everything is fucked up. It goes so much deeper than people even realize.
Or maybe it could be that guys are not able to talk about their struggles or not.
But that's
think about
why-
it like that, because say like the emotional men, they can't speak about their emotions, so they come off as what, princesses and stuff like that.
But the
Or
way
that's
they handle
what
their
y'all-
emotions is kind of like, I can't say wrong because that's the way they handle it.
It's not in a healthy way.
Yeah, it's
because you don't know how to though. If
But-
you're not taught how to deal with your emotions, how are you supposed to deal with them in the correct way?
and
Right,
that's the thing.
At the same time, they might be like that because they might be used to expressing their feelings and not being received in a proper fashion. So they feel like they gotta move a different way. We're dealing with those feelings and those emotions and how they express that. That plays a factor in it as well.
Yeah, and I understand that it can be hard because I see a lot of single women raising a bunch of males and with no male figure around that's masculine to teach them certain things. And then you still have grown men that don't know how to deal with this stuff because I've recently had conversations with grown men, that don't know how to be vulnerable or don't know how to deal with emotions. I asked someone recently, like, as a man, how do you deal with your emotions when you're taught not to deal with them? Oh, get a mentor or go to church or read the Bible. That doesn't help someone who needs help trying to understand that.
There's not enough outlets.
Yeah. And that's what's needed is that
So then that goes back to if we can vent to people. And that's why the answer is no. Because who do you vent to? Your girlfriends? It's kind of like the understanding of how you think.
Who know you better than you?
Yeah. And like how people be like, oh, Caucasian people can't speak about like black people problems or whatever. But it's the same thing for like women speaking about men problems and stuff. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can't because we don't understand what y'all go through. And like you said, there's no outlet. But that's what's needed out here is there needs to be a group of men. Like if I knew a group of men, like I would really put together something like some mentorship where guys can have an outlet where they teach them things and teach them how to maneuver through life as a man. But it have to be emotionally balanced men. It can't be men that's just off because a lot of these men don't really know for real. Like
I'm gonna say a janky outlet.
yeah, you get the wrong outlet.
I mean,
get electrocuted. Yeah, like
there's groups though, like there's like men's like young boys clubs and stuff like
Would y'all
that
be
that you
comfortable?
could join. That you could join. Like when I was younger, I was in a young men's club. I was in what's it called? Sigma Beta Club, Phi Beta Sigma
okay.
fraternity. Like, and I did that from middle school all the way to I graduated high school, even into a little bit into college. So, like, it's definitely outlets out there, but I don't think a lot of young black men growing up nowadays have the knowledge or the access to those programs just because of the things that's available to them in their neighborhoods or with their families are capable of providing. But like if there was knowledge out there and there was a more accessible way for them to partake in those services and
How did that program help you?
a lot academically, got exposure to a lot of I could say cultural things that like growing up in inner city, like just going to school, public school, or just a regular private school, I wouldn't have got exposed to like the different, not just going to different college tours, but like the different things that I could do in college. Like not just the classes that I could go sign up for, the games that I could go to, or who's gonna be at homecoming, like the actual like different fraternities and sororities that I could interact with, the different scholarship programs, how to go about making college work for you in a sense, or what to do after you get out of college, like how to deal with the stresses of transitioning from school to work and still being able to have a life at the same time. Like it's so many things like community service, like work resources and things of that nature. Like there's so many different outlets, like commercials for like these programs. There would be, the outreach will be there.
So do you believe that has impacted you in a way to help you become a better man?
To a certain extent, because after a while, like real life set in, and like it's not always about school and friends. Because when it comes down to nitty gritty, like you can't call the fraternity like, yo, my rent fucked up, but y'all boys got on it. You get what I'm saying? But like, but I think like emotionally, like and for like morale wise and confidence and just dealing with like-minded men on the same level as you, it's a great thing. Like
Okay.
I still got friends, even though we all grown, we got our own things going on. I still got friends that I met and I talk to this day. Like we don't see each other all the time, but I make sure I reach out every chance I get. But
So that has helped you.
yeah,
In a
for sure,
positive way.
definitely. You meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of people, not just around the country, but around the world too, through these type of programs as well. You get to travel a lot. I say that's another big thing. Black men nowadays don't really get to travel that much, so that we're not very much cultured as we should be.
Thank you for joining us today. And don't forget to
Hit the